Hey guys, this is John from podcastforthewin.com, and I thought in this video I'd just kind of do a bit of a brief showing of the technical preview version 2 for Windows 10. This is build 9926, and that is right there as you can see. And I just want to say, if you decide you want to go out and download this technical preview, this ISO from Windows.com, from Microsoft.com, go ahead and do so, but I do not recommend using it as your main operating system. It is still in preview build. This is still just for developers and to kind of give it a test run and see what you think. And I am not a developer in any way, but I do like to experience the future of what Windows has to offer, and same with Apple and everything else. So this is just a bit of a showing of what preview version 2 looks like. And of course I'm recording this with my preferred software, which does appear to be working, ManyCam. Now, one thing I noticed with it, I tried originally downloading Fraps, which is probably the most common screen recorder that you can get, and I did notice one thing, that it just did not want to show on screen a recording. So I'm sure that once this build is officially out, or updates to this build, I'm sure the developers for these kinds of software and things like that will eventually get caught up, and they'll have their previews out too as well, or they'll be playing around with the build itself. It is going to be a major release, of course, this summer, Windows 10, and I'm sure everybody's going to be on board, at least for the most part, because Windows is still the most used operating system in the world. So, yeah, keep in mind it's buggy is basically what I'm trying to say. But let's get started and just look at your main desktop. Everything looks about the same. It's average. But the first thing I noticed with Preview Build 2 here is the new logo. As you can see right here, are the new icon for this PC. As you can see, it's a little bit more poppy. It almost has that Apple look to it. It's flat, but at the same time it has some dimension to it, but very modern looking, and I really like the modern look. This is for a personal user. This isn't for somebody that's going to be in business or working through offices with this kind of computer. This is just for somebody like myself, a home user. So something like that does look very nice, very appealing to the eye. So definitely recommend taking notice of those kind of things. Microsoft did a great job with that. Everything else looks pretty basic. Like I said, a little bit more dimension to it. I think that they're still going to be working on some of these things within the next few builds for the consumer, because this is the consumer's release, at least for the most part. It looks like it is. Okay, so from the last build, the first thing that I noticed with Windows 10 was on the right-hand corner of the screen here, you had the new notifications icon on your taskbar. Now, I noticed with this new build, it looks pretty much exactly the same, except for, again, these have a little bit more dimension to them. As you can see here, if I open up this, it has kind of a nice outline look, gearing towards, I think, again, that nice kind of flat styling. It's very modern looking. I like it. I don't know if you will. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment on my webpage, podcastforthewin.com, on all these things. Another thing is here, you used to be able to have this notification, especially with the first preview build through Windows 10. And what it would do is, if you would download an app or you visit a web page, it would ask you what you thought, how things ran, did things run properly, basically just asking your opinion, because they were working off of the customer's experience. They were asking you for your input. And that was great. So the first thing I noticed was with this new preview version 2, build 9926, was now when you select the notifications icon, not only will it show you notifications, but it'll actually give you the option to go into your different settings. So I can go right into I'll go into display. So you can go into your notifications and action center. This is where you can adjust some of those things. So these are all on right now. So this is going to show you things like, I don't think it's complete yet, because you're not getting all those options. But if you look here, you can go and you can change all of these things. So these are a lot of the apps that come with the App Store, of course. These are things I'm looking forward to seeing. One in which I would like to see would be things like maybe when you select this, it'll give you the option to see weather or your news and things like that. But like I said, it's pretty early in the build right now. But so yeah, if you're running Windows 10 Preview 1, in order to update to Preview 2, all you have to do is really just go up into this new Start menu, or I guess it's a little different in the first preview, and this actually looks very, very nice. So the first thing you notice is, okay, so it's kind of cutting off some of your apps here. And I noticed in the last build, in the previous build to Windows 10, is that it expanded the apps out more this way. I'll show you with my mouse cursor here. Just it kind of expanded the out. When you click start, it would go out kind of like this, which almost made it look like the original modern apps for Windows 8. Now, love it or hate it, it was always something that kind of did take up majority of your screen. Now I'm using a 27-inch 1080p BenQ monitor, so it takes up a lot of screen, but it's not too harsh. So one of the things I noticed right away is this right-hand corner, expand to start. So if you did enjoy and like the modern apps, the live tiles for Windows 8, you can go ahead and click that, and that'll give you that option once again. You can actually expand it so it just becomes one large desktop area. But personally, even though I've been using Windows 8 since 2012, and I was actually using the preview build of that before that even came out, because I can't just not. I need to know what it's going to look like, everything new. So even with Windows 8 and its failure, I managed to find little things in it I did enjoy, and this just was not one of them. I don't think anybody enjoyed this, but hey, you know what? If you're using a tablet or a touchscreen device, that might be something you like instead of having to go to the start menu with your fingertip. But anyway, so yeah, that is something that you have the option of doing. If you want to use full screen, go ahead. Another thing here is your store. The store is in beta mode, but it is coming along. I think that they have some really good things going here. Now, earlier before I started recording, I did try to find something that I could download and see if it would actually work, but I noticed that although I did find it and I went to install it, it didn't really update. It didn't really install. So maybe this time it will. We'll see. So while I let that do that, I will just kind of shuffle that over to the side here, and then I will reopen the start menu. Now, as you can see, another thing that has changed from the last preview build, instead of everything expanding out this way, like I said, coming out to the right, taking up that portion of your screen, now you actually can scroll down like so. So that gives you that feeling, of Windows 7, maybe Windows XP if you're still using XP. Hell, you might even be using Windows 95 for all I know, and this is definitely kind of a throwback, something that I do enjoy. Of course, your login information is up here in the left-hand corner, so you can log in, log out. And right here, this is where they changed from the last preview build. The last preview build had the power option on the bottom right-hand corner. So I noticed that one thing that they did change was they moved it up here. Very simple. Like I said, this seems to be directed towards the common users, such as myself and the majority of the people that would be listening to this. And it's very easy to use. You just sleep, shutdown mode, or restart, and it's all available for you right there. So you guys stay tuned. I will have another little bit of an update on this. Okay, see that there was an error. So they're still working on the store beta here. But you know what? Give it time. I'm sure it'll work out. But this was kind of a sneak peek at preview version 2 build 9926. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget to visit podcastforthewin.com for more. And follow me on Twitter at JohnnyPodcast. Like me on Facebook, Podcast for the Win. Thank you very much.